good evening, good afternoon. This is Doc Pete of P2I This time we're going to be dealing with the informatics of the keyboard. I happened to pick this up at a pawn shop, so I just had to share it with you, some of the things that we've been practicing, so that you can have your introduction to, guess what, some great things that are going on. Let me turn this thing down. On our instrument called the keyboard, which you can progress to the piano. I would suggest you quickly start saving your money. All that Coke you're drinking and coffee you're drinking, put it in a little pot and save this money so that you can buy you a weighted keyboard, and for that matter even a weighted piano, which is already weighted. When you play piano, it's already weighted. We're going to share with you some of the things we learned in 1959, yes, from Ina Red on Lee Avenue in St. Louis, Missouri. We know that she would like for you to learn some of this stuff. We're going to start off with a C scale, but before we do, look at the pattern of these black keys. They're just 3 and 2, 3 and 2. That's all I want you to look at right now, 3 and 2. Now in front of the 3, you have a note called F. In front of the 2, you have a note called C. And it's going to be C until we die and beyond. Maybe in heaven we'll be playing this instrument. It'll be in heaven as a C and an F, thanks to a good system set up in octaves on the keyboard. This is why it's necessary for you to play keyboard, or necessary for you to play piano if you play any instrument, because you'll be able to see theory and you'll be able to practice it and really understand it a lot better if you do. In any event, we're going to start off with the C. Where did I say the C was? In front of the what keys? The black keys. What's the 2 or the 3? Do you remember? We're using the Socratic method here. In front of the 2. I'm going to show you a little technique that Ina Red taught me in 1959 to play this scale. You start on a C in front of the 2 black keys, and you're going to cross over after you play the 3rd one. Watch. Okay, did you see what I did there? My thumb started again. And why is that? So that you'll end up with your little finger on the last key. It's only 8 notes in an octave. There's 7 notes in this do, re, mi scale. If you sing along with me. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I didn't cross over right, so let's do it again. I just wanted to see if you were watching. Watch this. You cross over after the 3rd finger. You only have 5 fingers, so 3 plus 5 equals, boom. You didn't know you were going to get a math lesson too. 8, which is the notes in an octave. Let's look at this again. Matter of fact, oct means 8 in one of those languages. Here we go. Let me play it right now. Again, we're going to try to get this right this time. See how we ended up right? Then let's play it correctly. And you'll know why you'll need to practice. You can tell I haven't been practicing, at least practicing like this. Let's try it again. If you notice, we played those notes straight ahead. We played them with ease. We played them correctly, but we played them with only 1 beat per note on the do, re, mi. Let's try it let's try it again. 1 note at a time. But we're going to use 1 beat at a time also. Ready? I put a little improvisation in there if you notice, but I didn't mean to, but it sounded kind of good. Remember, when you hit a bad note, remember that bad note you hit. Go back and write it down on your little ledger. That's another thing you need to keep, a little diary of your practicing skills. If you notice when you're in the gym, a lot of guys and girls too, ladies too, carry a little book with them. They spend 30 minutes on bench press. They spend 15 minutes like on leg press. But I just want you to see, I want you to just pick this thing up every day, like Mr. Lester Bowie Sr. told me every day. Just pick this instrument up every day. You'll be right on it. Let's try it again. If you notice, we had 1 beat per note. Now that was your C scale. We're going to give you an F scale now, which is at the bottom of the 3 keys, okay? And pretty soon you'll know all your keys when we get through with this, but this is just an introduction. We're just going to give you the C and the F scale today. Start at the bottom. We're going to have 1 black key in there, which is going to be our A sharp or our B flat. Now, how do we know that's A? Let's look at this. I forgot to tell you, it only goes up to G and then it starts all the way back over again at A. In other words, it starts at A, goes up to G, starts at A again. So here we go. This is going to be F, G, whoops, F, G, A. Now here we go. B flat. Now I'm going to cross over at B flat. Go to C, D, E, F. And notice I stopped on my 4th finger because actually I crossed over later than the 3rd finger. But let's try it again, crossing over correctly. Here we go. Let's see, if you notice, that's a little hard. So that's why it's good for you to go ahead and know the other fingering, which is going to be a 4 cross. Okay, we're going to do a 4-finger cross. Let's try it, if we can. And we'll still end up on our 4th finger, so that was no accident that I did that. It's too hard to do a 3-finger cross because you're going up to B flat or A sharp a little high. Now notice this. This is F. This is G. A goes up to A sharp now because actually these notes go sharp or flat. The one in front is a sharp. And then the next note is B, but this is not in the F scale. If you notice, not in the do, re, mi. Did you notice that? But if you go back 1 black key, it still becomes B flat. Let's try that again. F, G, A, B flat, cross. To your C, D, F, and your G. You'll end up on your 4th finger. Now that's going to be all for this particular lesson. Intro to keyboard, intro to theory, intro to math. For those of you who are taking that EKG, I started to say that SAT or that GED. How about that? General equivalence diploma. But we just thank you right now for tuning in. This is P2I Informatics, brought to you by Southside Pharmacy, brought to you by many others that have made contribution. Attorney Dudenstein and others. We just thank you right now for your blessing of watching, and we want you to contribute and just send in some notes in your comments.